audit's getting done in Georgia. It's going to get done. We're going to have a full forensic audit. And Mitch McConnell and his team, if he wants to save his legacy, he's running around very worried about his legacy, which will be a disaster unless he does the following. Mitch McConnell today has to put his shoulder to the wheel of the 3 November movement. And what that means is full forensic audits in all these states. Mitch McConnell right now should not be kowtowing to Chuck Schumer, because we're going to show in Arizona and we're particularly going to show in Georgia. Those are 3 Republican Senate seats that are coming back to the Republicans after you do a full forensic audit. For everybody who's talking about Mike Lindell and his lawsuit and President Trump coming back in August, we got 3 United States senators right there, Senate seats. And I'm telling you, Perdue and Lawler, these guys, it's the first ballot thing. We didn't even need the runoff, right? So here's what we need to do is that we need to see, is there going to be a resolution in this convention, and is a delegation going to head out early next week from Georgia, like the people in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? Is a delegation going to head out? Are they going to go to Arizona? Are they going to meet with the patriots out there? Are they going to understand the lessons learned out of this audit and take it back to Georgia? John Frederick.
Yes, and it's going to be led by State Senator Burt Jones. This is State Senator Burt Jones, not the Vernon Jones that's running for governor, so you can't get that mixed up. This is going to be led by State Senator Burt Jones. He was on my TV show yesterday saying exactly that. There'll be other senior senators involved. He said explicitly they want to go to Arizona, obviously before it ends at the end of June. They want to meet with Karen Fann. They want to understand how the state Senate got this done. That's number one. The second thing they want to absolutely do is be sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they know exactly how to get this audit done, how to do it. And I think if they do that, it's going to be run in the state Senate. They have the votes in the state Senate. The other problem they've got right now is Butch Miller, who is the Senate Majority Leader, who was squashing everything, is announced for Lieutenant Governor. Burt Jones likely to announce for Lieutenant Governor, leading this delegation. It's going to be very difficult for Butch Miller and Cosmo man Jeff Duncan to squash again what they're doing, because public sentiment is going to bring tremendous pressure to Butch Miller and Cosmo man, who's out, not running again, in order to go forward with this audit, which is going to be the authority of the Republican-controlled state Senate in Georgia.
We talked about Kari Lake. She's running out there in Arizona. But Vernon Jones, feel the Vern. Vernon Jones has been bringing heat all over Georgia. Talk about what involvement he's got at this convention. Is he making an impact?
Vernon Jones is going to win this race. Let me just
hold on, hang on. You're saying Vernon Jones is going to beat Kemp in a primary?
Vernon Jones is going to win this race. When you have the grassroots and you have the enthusiasm of the deplorables on your side to the extent that he does, he comes into a room and gets a standing ovation because he's fighting for us. You go to these, on the way down here, so many people were telling me, coming from Atlanta to Savannah, through I-16, through Macon, all they saw was Vernon Jones signs. He comes into a room, he works it. Brian Kemp's not doing anything. Look, he's got the Chamber of Commerce, he's got the typical, Republican establishment, he'll have the money, he's the incumbent. But Vernon Jones has got the grassroots, he's got the deplorables, he's got the enthusiasm, he's got volunteers growing at the wazoo. And I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be Brian Kemp right now trying to run against Vernon Jones. Other people might get in the race. It doesn't matter, because top 2 finishers get into a runoff. If Brian Kemp gets into a runoff with Vernon Jones, he's toast, because Jones' supporters are going to show up. At the end of the day, nobody cares about Governor Kemp, what he does. He didn't have the special session. He's the reason Chuck Schumer's in there. We told him, they all told him what to do. He didn't do it. He sold us out. And so you can see enthusiasm for Vernon Jones at the grassroots level, capturing the hearts and minds of the deplorables in Georgia.